Psalm 11. Song of Trust in God. To the Choir Master. Of David. In the Lord I take refuge. How can you say to me, flee like a bird to the mountains? For lo, the wicked bend the bow. They have fitted their arrow to the string, to shoot in the dark at the upright in heart. If the foundations are destroyed, what can the righteous do? The Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord's throne is in heaven. His eyes behold, his eyelids test, the children of men. The Lord tests the righteous and the wicked, and his soul hates him that loves violence. On the wicked he will rain coals of fire and brimstone. A scorching wind shall be the portion of their cup. For the Lord is righteous, he loves righteous deeds. The upright shall behold his face. Psalm 12. Plea for help in evil times. To the Choir Master, according to the Sheminith. A Psalm of David. Help, Lord, for there is no longer any that is godly. For the faithful have vanished from among the sons of men. Every one utters lies to his neighbor. With flattering lips and a double heart they speak. May the Lord cut off all flattering lips, the tongue that makes great boasts. Those who say, with our tongue we will prevail. Our lips are with us, who is our master. Because the poor are despoiled, because the needy groan. I will now arise, says the Lord. I will place him in the safety for which he longs. The promises of the Lord are promises that are pure. Silver refined in a furnace on the ground, purified 7 times. Do thou, O Lord, protect us. Guard us ever from this generation. On every side the wicked prowl, as vileness is exalted among the sons of men. Psalm 13. Prayer for deliverance from enemies. To the Choir Master. A Psalm of David. How long, O Lord, wilt thou forget me forever? How long wilt thou hide thy face from me? How long must I bear pain in my soul, and have sorrow in my heart all the day? How long shall my enemy be exalted over me? Consider and answer me, O Lord my God. Lighten my eyes, lest I sleep the sleep of death. Lest my enemy say, I have prevailed over him. Lest my foes rejoice because I am shaken. But I have trusted in thy steadfast love. My heart shall rejoice in thy salvation. I will sing to the Lord, because he has dealt bountifully with me. Psalm 14. Denunciation of godlessness. To the Choir Master. Of David. The fool says in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt, they do abominable deeds. There is none that does good. The Lord looks down from heaven upon the children of men, to see if there are any that act wisely, that seek after God. They have all gone astray, they are all alike corrupt. There is none that does good. No, not one. Have they no knowledge, all the evildoers, who eat up my people as they eat bread, and do not call upon the Lord? There they shall be in great terror. For God is with the generation of the righteous. You would confound the plans of the poor, but the Lord is his refuge. Oh, that deliverance for Israel would come out of Zion, when the Lord restores the fortunes of his people. Jacob shall rejoice, Israel shall be glad. Psalm 15. Who shall abide in God's sanctuary? A Psalm of David. O Lord, who shall sojourn in thy tent? Who shall dwell on thy holy hill? He who walks blamelessly, and does what is right, and speaks truth from his heart. Who does not slander with his tongue, and does no evil to his friend, nor takes up a reproach against his neighbor. In whose eyes a reprobate is despised, but who honors those who fear the Lord. Who swears to his own hurt and does not change. Who does not put out his money at interest, and does not take a bribe against the innocent. He who does these things shall never be moved. Psalm 16. Song of Trust and Security in God. A Miktam of David. Preserve me, O God, for in thee I take refuge. I say to the Lord, thou art my Lord. I have no good apart from thee. As for the saints in the land, they are the noble, in whom is all my delight. Those who choose another god multiply their sorrows. Their libations of blood I will not pour out, or take their names upon my lips. The Lord is my chosen portion and my cup. Thou holdest my lot. The lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. Yet, I have a goodly heritage. I bless the Lord who gives me counsel. In the night also my heart instructs me. I keep the Lord always before me. Because he is at my right hand, I shall not be moved. Therefore my heart is glad, and my soul rejoices. My body also dwells secure. For thou dost not give me up to Sheol, or let thy godly one see the pit. Thou dost show me the path of life. In thy presence there is fullness of joy. In thy right hand are pleasures for evermore. Psalm 17. Prayer for deliverance from persecutors. A prayer of David. Hear a just cause, O Lord, attend to my cry. Give ear to my prayer from lips free of deceit. From thee let my vindication come. Let thy eyes see the right. If thou triest my heart, if thou visitest me by night. If thou testest me, thou wilt find no wickedness in me. My mouth does not transgress. With regard to the works of men, by the word of thy lips, I have avoided the ways of the violent. My steps have held fast to thy paths. My feet have not slipped. I call upon thee, for thou wilt answer me, O God. Incline thy ear to me, hear my words. Wondrously show thy steadfast love, O Saviour of those who seek refuge from their adversaries at thy right hand. Keep me as the apple of the eye. Hide me in the shadow of thy wings. From the wicked who despoil me, my deadly enemies who surround me. They close their hearts to pity. With their mouths they speak arrogantly. They track me down, now they surround me. They set their eyes to cast me to the ground. They are like a lion eager to tear, as a young lion lurking in ambush. Arise, O Lord! Confront them, overthrow them. Deliver my life from the wicked by thy sword. From men by thy hand, O Lord. From men whose portion in life is of the world. May their belly be filled with what thou hast stored up for them. May their children have more than enough. May they leave something over to their babes. As for me, I shall behold thy face in righteousness. When I awake, I shall be satisfied with beholding thy form. Psalm 18. Royal Thanksgiving for Victory. To the Choir Master. A Psalm of David the servant of the Lord, who addressed the words of this song to the Lord on the day when the Lord delivered him from the hand of all his enemies, and from the hand of Saul. He said, I love thee, O Lord, my strength. The Lord is my rock, and my fortress, and my deliverer. My God, my rock, in whom I take refuge. My shield, and the horn of my salvation, my stronghold. I call upon the Lord, who is worthy to be praised. And I am saved from my enemies. The cords of death encompassed me. The torrents of perdition assailed me. The cords of Sheol entangled me. The snares of death confronted me. In my distress I called upon the Lord. To my God I cried for help. From his temple he heard my voice. And my cry to him reached his ears. Then the earth reeled and rocked. The foundations also of the mountains trembled and quaked, because he was angry. Smoke went up from his nostrils, and devouring fire from his mouth. Glowing coals flamed forth from him. He bowed the heavens, and came down. Thick darkness was under his feet. He rode on a cherub, and flew. He came swiftly upon the wings of the wind. He made darkness his covering around him. His canopy thick clouds dark with water. Out of the brightness before him, there broke through his clouds hailstones and coals of fire. The Lord also thundered in the heavens, and the Most High uttered his voice. Hailstones and coals of fire. And he sent out his arrows, and scattered them. He flashed forth lightnings, and rooted them. Then the channels of the sea were seen, and the foundations of the world were laid bare. At thy rebuke, O Lord, at the blast of the breath of thy nostrils, he reached from on high, he took me. He drew me out of many waters. He delivered me from my strong enemy, and from those who hated me. For they were too mighty for me. They came upon me in the day of my calamity. But the Lord was my stay. He brought me forth into a broad place. He delivered me, because he delighted in me. The Lord rewarded me according to my righteousness. According to the cleanness of my hands he recompensed me. For I have kept the ways of the Lord, and have not wickedly departed from my God. For all his ordinances were before me, and his statutes I did not put away from me. I was blameless before him, and I kept myself from guilt. Therefore the Lord has recompensed me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanness of my hands in his sight. With the loyal thou dost show thyself loyal. With the blameless man thou dost show thyself blameless. With the pure thou dost show thyself pure. And with the crooked thou dost show thyself perverse. For thou dost deliver a humble people, but the haughty eyes thou dost bring down. Yet, thou dost light my lamp. The Lord my God lightens my darkness. Yet, by thee I can crush a troop, and by my God I can leap over a wall. This God his way is perfect. The promise of the Lord proves true. He is a shield for all those who take refuge in him. For who is God, but the Lord? And who is a rock, except our God? The God who girded me with strength, and made my way safe. He made my feet like hinds' feet, and set me secure on the heights. He trains my hands for war, so that my arms can bend a bow of bronze. Thou hast given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy right hand supported me, and thy help made me great. Thou didst give a wide place for my steps under me, and my feet did not slip. I pursued my enemies and overtook them, and did not turn back till they were consumed. I thrust them through, so that they were not able to rise. They fell under my feet. For thou didst gird me with strength for the battle. Thou didst make my assailants sink under me. Thou didst make my enemies turn their backs to me, and those who hated me I destroyed. They cried for help, but there was none to save. They cried to the Lord, but he did not answer them. I beat them fine as dust before the wind. I cast them out like the mire of the streets. Thou didst deliver me from strife with the peoples. Thou didst make me the head of the nations. People whom I had not known served me. As soon as they heard of me they obeyed me. Foreigners came cringing to me. Foreigners lost heart, and came trembling out of their fastnesses. The Lord lives, and blessed be my rock, and exalted be the God of my salvation. The God who gave me vengeance, and subdued peoples under me, who delivered me from my enemies. Yet, thou didst exalt me above my adversaries. Thou didst deliver me from men of violence. For this I will extol thee, O Lord, among the nations, and sing praises to thy name. Great triumphs he gives to his king, and shows steadfast love to his anointed, to David and his descendants forever. Psalm 19. God's glory in creation and the law. To the choir master. A Psalm of David. The heavens are telling the glory of God, and the firmament proclaims his handiwork. Day to day pours forth speech, and night to night declares knowledge. There is no speech, nor are there words. Their voice is not heard. Yet their voice goes out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them he has set a tent for the sun, which comes forth like a bridegroom leaving his chamber, and like a strong man runs its course with joy. Its rising is from the end of the heavens, and its circuit to the end of them, and there is nothing hid from its heat. The law of the Lord is perfect, reviving the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. The precepts of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The ordinances of the Lord are true, and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, even much fine gold. Sweeter also than honey, and drippings of the honeycomb. Moreover by them is thy servant warned. In keeping them there is great reward. But who can discern his errors? Clear thou me from hidden faults. Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then I shall be blameless, and innocent of great transgression. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my rock and my Redeemer.